Good day, beautiful soul family, and welcome back to the discovery of the miracles beneath the surface. All the honor and all the glory and praise goes to our Heavenly Father in King Yeshua's name. Beautiful soul family, this message, this really is about going back in time. There is a story, a bedtime story, and it is called The Hare and the Tortoise. Now, as we are going through the story, it has a deeper meaning. So, stay tuned. The Hare and the Tortoise. A hare was making fun of the tortoise one day for being so slow. "Do you ever get anywhere?" he asked with a mocking laugh. "Yes," replied the tortoise, "and I get there sooner than you think. I'll run you a race and prove it." The hare was so much amused at the idea of running a race with the tortoise, but for the fun of the thing, he agreed. So the fox, who had consented to act as judge, marked the distance and started the runners off. The hare was soon far out of sight, and to make the tortoise feel very deeply how ridiculous it was for him to try a race with a hare, he lay down beside the course to take a nap until the tortoise should catch up. The tortoise meanwhile kept going slowly but steadily, and after a time passed the place where the hare was sleeping. But the hare slept on very peacefully, and when at last he did wake up, the tortoise was near the goal. The hare now ran his swiftest, but he could not overtake the tortoise in time. The race is not always to the swift. The race is not always to the swift. Beautiful soul family, you know, sometimes I speak on it, the microwave age. It's where everything is so fast and there's no real process to it. And then we know the radiation that comes off microwaves, but anyhow, there's radiation everywhere, isn't there? Beautiful soul family, there's much to learn about this. The hare and the tortoise on a path from beginning to end. The tortoise life is different than the hare, and vice versa. But here they are, running a race. And the hare just knew that he would win the race according to the characteristics of the tortoise. The tortoise is slow, takes its time. There's a process. There's prerequisites. But the hare doesn't see that. The hare thinks it's a waste of time. The hare thinks of itself as someone that can get places quick, swift. But we see in this story how the hare just knew too much according to his own understanding. You see, there's one thing where you can know a lot, but then there's a thing where you feel like you know a lot according to your understanding. Every person has experiences, even how they learn is different. So to only go according to your own understanding will always trip you up. That's why Heavenly Father said, do not lean. That leaning is a depending. Do not lean. Do not be dependent on your own understanding. Every day, a person should be striving They should not settle. They should come to a point of improvement, always updating self. And so that's why we shouldn't lean upon our own understanding. Beautiful soul family, as we see in this bedtime story, and it's good that it's a bedtime story because the very things that you focus on before you go to bed, sometimes it's the very things that you wake up to in your rising. Beautiful soul family. The hare thought that he had the race, so he decided to go to sleep. He thought that he would wake up in time and that he would already win the race. But the tortoise, who had a lesson to teach, hey, taught him that slow and steady wins the race. You know, when I think about this AI age, and that's exactly the direction I'm heading to, is that everything is done so quick, fast, but there's so many things that are being replaced. Originality is being replaced. That's when in my books, I write not from AI. AI doesn't write my books. I don't glean from the AI or chatbot or whatever. I am empowered by Yahuwah's Ruach HaKodesh. It is a process. It's not quick, fast, in a hurry. I believe that, the microwave generation or age or whatever, it's like training wheels. Instead of just getting the ingredients and cooking it, sometimes things need to be marinated before it even gets cooked. And even that is a slow process. There's nothing wrong with slowing down. There's nothing wrong with taking it easy. But there are those who are so entangled in so many things that it's got to be quick and it's got to be fast. I, for one, know that only gets you to hell quicker. And when there are those that believe that hell is not what we think, I encourage people to go into the Holy Scriptures. See, when a person says that hell is not what we think and they try to pacify it, then something deeper is going on. Because anyone who comes against Yahuwah, anyone who thinks that hell is not a place where it's as bad as we were taught or as it states in the Holy Scriptures, then we really have to say, you know what, Father, I cannot lean upon mankind's understanding. Please direct me and please show me what it is that I need to know. See, this is the importance of building a relationship with Yahuwah. And as you're going to build that relationship with Yahuwah, it's not quick, fast, in a hurry. It is slow. And it is steady. And sometimes there are pauses. And in those pauses, it develops us. It strengthens us. Everything doesn't have to be quick. Because then we're in autopilot stage. And when a person's in autopilot stage, they're missing out on the wholeness of life. What I notice and what I have spoken is that whenever you get a sound and it's AI generated, It's not real. It's fake. Real fake. Artificial. But how is that to help you? How is that to help me? What about the originals? What about the authentic? Beautiful soul family. To hear the sound of a real bird, its frequencies brings healing. To hear an actual bell, a real bell, brings forth change. It alerts. In itself, it has vibrancy. It has essence. And only that of which is authentic and original can appreciate it. Some things are meant to be slow. And the things that are originally, authentically made to be fast brings forth its own healing as well. Beautiful soul family. Going slow is an art form. It's a beauty in the midst. We don't need to go fast. I remember I spoke about the AI and I talked about this Outer Limits episode, and it was talking about how everyone was streaming in all the information. And it was nothing. It's like, oh, well, they were able to stream it in so fast, so they couldn't understand the value of it. The value of slowing down as you're reading, taking it in. And sometimes you have to read it again. Because, as I said, every day you should be improving. There should be clarity. There should be maturity. And so the things that you may have bypassed because you weren't aware, now you're able to see it. And you're able to see it more clearly. And now you're able to go into another level. But that is not happening by the means of speed and quickness. There's a marination that is taking place. And there is beauty in that. Being able to go through a process, go through the terrain, enter in and come out differently. What is the meaning of getting somewhere quick? Why do we need to get here quick? And why is the speed so important? Is what I'm trying to say. Why is the speed so important? Usually when a person is speaking too fast, they don't want you to understand what they're trying to cover up. Is the speed taking humanity in a direction, and they're caught up in the whimsicalness of things, that they're not realizing that they're leaving behind the very parts that keep them in tune with Yahuwah, the very parts that keep them authentic and original, irreplaceable. You're not a template. You can't be copied, manufactured externally by the means of its templates, its algorithms. Beautiful soul family, it's good to be slow. It's good to take it easy. That's called gentleness. Because then when you're going into another part, and you're doing it so quickly, you don't really have the experience of taking it easy and being satisfied. I wrote something about that. Yahuwah showed me about that. I'm going to look into my notes and do another message on it. But when people are so used to doing something and doing it quickly, they have more experience in getting through quickly and getting through shortcuts, that when finally get to their destination, they don't really know how to be present. Going through the journey allows you to be grateful for getting to the destination and saying, wow, now that I'm at the destination, I came through much. I was delivered out of much. And now that I'm here at this destination, I truly understand what it means to be satisfied. And I'm not trying to hop in to the next episode or hop in to the next situation. Slow and steady wins the race. This is also about you. It's about humanity. It's about where the powers that be are trying to quickly rush you into. When you don't appreciate how fearfully and wonderfully you're created by the hands of Yahuwah, who has the first and the final say. Then you can be trading out something and taking a chip, thinking you're going to be even super and faster than ever, but now you have been rushed into being remotely controlled. Now you're a product. And products don't have rights, but humans do. Slow and steady wins the race. Until the next message, have a beautiful and wonderful day, and may Yahuwah continue to open up your eyes in these interesting times.